Okay, third time's the charm. Hello, this is CEW, and yeah, first two times I try to do this live, I always seen the episode sadly, but I still want to do a reaction of it because again, it's a good episode, a great one. But two attempts failed sadly on the recording, so let's just get this over with. The sooner the better.
Marvel Snap.
Fight! Joker versus Giorno.
The Phantom Thief of Hearts and JoJo's Golden Gangstar.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, so I'm still amazed how this was supposed to be the season premiere of the episode of what was supposed to be the season before Rooster Teeth's closure. Mixed feelings about Rooster Teeth over the years. I did enjoy the channel and all, but I was mainly for Screw Attack and Death Battle. Screw Attack especially. But besides that, let's just get into the episode. Continue.
Ren Amamiya wasn't prepared for this to happen. When he witnessed an innocent woman being harassed and stepped in, he had no idea her assailant was one of Japan's most prominent politicians.
Poor Ren was forced to leave town, lose friends, and transfer to Shujin Academy. There's definitely more fun ways to ruin your life.
But his run-ins with corrupt authority figures was only just beginning.
One might call it a theme. And it wouldn't just be dealing with your garden variety scumbag gym teachers. Ren and his new friends found themselves in a whole new world. The Metaverse! Oh, that's scary. Yeah, that one.
Derived from the works of Carl Jung, this
So yeah, but I should really see if I want to play Persona. It'll probably be, I know it'll take a little bit because it's RPG and all, but the Persona games seems very good and all, especially with summoning gods and all to aid you in battle and all. Kind of very similar to Final Fantasy in a way. And I have played BlazBlue Cross Attack Battle, and apparently they are like some of the best units in the game.
collective unconscious is like an alternate reality formed from the amalgamated thoughts and feelings of mankind. What humans believe, or even what they fear, directly shapes it.
And inside this crazy mental realm, those who have been corrupted by power and abused the weak have become evil superpowers, just like how they're viewed by many of their victims in the real world. Victims like Ren and his friends, Ryuji, An, Makoto, Pancakes, and the Animal.
They may have been helpless against crushing institutional might in the real world, but in the metaverse, they had a way to fight back. Personas.
As part of the summoner's inner self, personas can become incredibly powerful spirits.
By using their personas to battle their foes in the metaverse and steal their hearts, the source of their moral corruption, Ren and company could cause such foes to repent in the real world. So the friends formed a band called the Phantom Thieves, with Ren as their leader, codenamed Joker.
Kind of like the cards and all. Like I said, I haven't played much of the game, but with Smash Bros. And all, and the Nier Reincarnation mobile game collab crossover, man, that was good. I used them as my mains alongside 2B. But yeah, it was very good and all. But the research is good so far.
And Joker's first persona was the awesome Arsene.
With razor-sharp claws and the ability to curse enemies with dark energy, Arsene was an excellent persona to start with.
But Joker's a wild card. Literally, he can capture as many personas as he wants. He's gotta catch them all, cause they each have their own crazy powers. From shooting fire, ice, and lightning, to dishing out status effects, healing, and resistances, to lobbing actual nukes at the baddies.
So Joker can fight with manifestations of deities like Beelzebub, Odin, and Jesus Christ.
Wow, he looks way different.
For those who don't know, but it was slain in like the Black Bots, Persona is like a spin-off of the I can't pronounce it, Shin Megami Tensei series, but it's basically a Final Fantasy version of like gods and demons fighting each other over the universe. From what I researched, Persona is like a spin-off where humans get involved, in case high schoolers.
different than in the paintings I've seen. Oh, hey, did you know that a persona is connected to their user's own stamina? So when a persona is shattered, even though it's not like dead, it does rattle the user pretty badly.
Well, without his personas, Joker can still rely on his guns, grappling hooks, smoke bombs, etc.
Might not sound like much compared to summoning actual Satan, but in the metaverse, perception is reality. No, really, it actually works like that.
In the real world, Joker's gun is only a prop. However, with Joker's reputation in the metaverse, this prop becomes a god killer. As the Phantom Thieves' reputation increased, so did their power, simply because that's how they were perceived.
Kinda like how personas are empowered by the social links Joker possesses with his friends. Yes,
Yep.
In the world of Persona, hanging out with your buds makes you stronger. Anime!
Yep. Basically friendship and all. And again, it's very interesting how the style amplification and all is a heavy influence in throughout Persona and all. I mean, can be a tedious trope and all, but when done right in series, it's very impactful. Persona, I think, is probably one of the best examples of this seen in the episode.
Game!
At their max, social links can bring a wildcard user back from the brink of death, instilling them with willpower greater than the rest of humanity combined. I guess meticulously gardening your friends like a sociopath has its benefits.
Hey, Wiz, have a cold one on me.
Thanks.
Animation's still pretty good.
Looks like our relationship meter's maxed out.
Oh, yeah. Well, guess there's no point to us hanging out anymore. Later, loser, I'm gonna go do
Yep.
untested pharmaceuticals and
Just like every other video game.
Wait, date your what? Ahem. Over the course of his adventures leading the Phantom Thieves, Joker's bonds made him as powerful as the gods he commands. He can dodge Lucifer's Morning Star, which summons an energy beam that travels several light years in seconds, millions of times faster than light.
Or
Yep.
survive a cheeseburger that exploded big enough to eclipse a nebula. Talk about having stomach problems. No.
So yeah, apparently, long story short, Persona series is so strong they affect the universe outside of their world. So yeah, they're that powerful. I'm shocked about it, but that's well, it's from an anime, so should expect crazy stuff like that.
Wonder Joker can face up against opponents that can reshape all of reality.
Like Maruki, who used the metaverse to rewrite all of reality to fit his desires.
Or Yaldabaoth, who merged the real world and metaverse together.
It was in this battle with Yaldabaoth that Joker upgraded Arsene to create Satanael, the biblical angel of vengeance.
With a big-ass gun, perceive this reality, bitch!
Its primary attack, Sinful Shell, is imbued with what is known as almighty energy, which can bypass any defense, even that from the omnipotent orb, which can explicitly rewrite reality.
Yes, very good. Big-ass gun whiz!
Yep.
And with a shot heard around the world, Joker and his friends prove that you're never too young to change society for the better, no matter how arduous the forces against you may be.
If the man is keeping you down, just call up the Phantom Thieves to put them in their place. They'll never see it coming.
And take your heart and Smash Bros with it. But yeah, that was actually great. Surprisingly less than like 5 minutes. That's actually a good preview, fast and simple, but didn't stagger for too long and just got to the main points. And for those who don't know, this was supposed to be a premiere, as the only time we saw Wiz and Boost animated. They're pretty good. Love how they put a lot of love to this episode, especially love with JoJo and Persona. As you'll see.
Remember, Giorno Giovanna always wanted to be a gangster.
'Cause damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Gone are the days of leaving horse heads in your enemy's bed or squeezing their head in a vice till they pop. Giorno wanted to be a different kind of gangster.
A more progressive, metrosexual kind of mob boss.
A gangstar.
A shy, withdrawn boy on the streets of Naples, Giorno's life changed the day he saved a wounded mobster. In return, he was rewarded with future protection from abuse and isolation. This act of reciprocal kindness convinced Giorno of the value of the mob as a social organization, if only it was commanded by the right person.
Someone like Giorno. All he had to do was take control of the Neo...
Don't ask. Like I said, a lot of love and all, and simple questions and all. It just shows how much they put love to it, and how, again, sometimes going like down to the smallest details, trying to analyze everything, can like trying to figure out who is the father of Giorno. Like, some of those questions are best not be asked.
Politan Mafia, Passione, and their army of superpowered assassins. Ambitious? Maybe. But hey, he's the bastard son of the insane vampire douche lord himself, Dio Brando.
Who conceived Giorno while possessing the body of his arch enemy, Jonathan Joestar. This technically makes Giorno both a Brando and a Jojo.
Hence the name, Jojo. Get it?
Well, he didn't just inherit the name, but also the Joestar bloodline's power. Giorno possesses a stand, gold experience.
Stands are invisible, intangible, punchy ghosts that protect their user and come with incredible superpowers, like stopping time, making fiction into reality, or cooking Italian food. God damn, give me that one.
And Giorno's gold experience has perhaps the greatest potential of any stand in the series. With just a touch, it can imbue inanimate objects with golden life energy,
Turning them into any plant or animal in an instant and back again. Giorno uses this with maximum creativity, like disguising a gun as a banana so you accidentally blow your own brains out. A gorilla's worst nightmare.
Also a hint from Liam. That was actually a pretty good one. I actually thought it would have been Bardock versus Omni-Man, but surprisingly that wasn't it. So that was really well clever, especially the banana part. No one would have expected that.
Giorno is, frankly, a super genius when it comes to gold experience's abilities.
Like transforming bullets into flesh to heal the very wounds they made, or
Dang.
changing a brick into a snake that can detect body heat and find a hidden enemy, or turning his teeth into a special kind of jellyfish that filters out the toxins in the piss he was drinking. I thought I was the only one who did that.
Should the object Giorno gives life to be a part of a greater whole, like turning a tooth into a fly, it will attempt to return to its original source.
Not only that, any damage Giorno's creations receive will be reflected onto the opponent.
Giorno can even imbue living things with this same energy. This supercharges the target's consciousness, causing them to outpace their physical body, and leaving them totally helpless to counterattack.
It might seem like you got 10 times faster, but you're actually experiencing time at a way slower rate while your body is stuck in the same position. Imagine a Muda to the nuts felt for 20 straight seconds. Forget about it.
I just love this part. This is probably one of the funniest ones because it's just so simple. Guy like using a beer as an ice pack. Yeah, I made a joke in one of the things that should have been the grind and all, but that went with better with Wiz's joke. But like I said, just this simple one, simple but effective, funny.
Especially when you're hitting as hard as Gold Experience. According to the Jojo Veller art book written by the mangaka himself, Gold Experience has a speed rating of A, putting him in the same league as stands like Star Platinum and Silver Chariot, which are faster than light.
And although his strength stat is only a C, he can still shatter cars like glass and keep up with ace-ring stands like Sticky Fingers. Perfect for a merciless stand rush that lasts 7 pages long. Daddy Dio must be so proud.
With Gold Experience at his side, Giorno...
I just enjoy Eyes of Heaven. Hinton.
joined Passione and rose to challenge its reclusive leader, Diavolo.
Wait. Diavolo? You're telling me that Giorno, the son of God, battles the devil, just like Jesus, whose full biblical name is Yeshua, or Joshua. Ben Joseph. Joshua Joseph Jojo.
We're moving.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, apparently in the recent JoJo adventures, I think that they have their own multiverse, and apparently Jesus is like one of the main characters. and spoilers, JoJo. But man, crazy. It's just so good how crazy you find this stuff.
Moving on, Diavolo's goal was to get his hands on a stand arrow. And when a stand is pierced by a stand arrow, it evolves.
So, Joe got it first.
Basically a mega evolution from Pokemon.
Broken thing in anime. Gold Experience Requiem.
Requiem stand.
AKA the most broken character in Jump Force. Terrible, like I said throughout the past 2 attempts. While the game was sadly mediocre, him was probably one of the best characters in the game. His ultimate of literally taking out your opponent's teammates throughout the whole round, broken.
Stands change the rules entirely. It's almost like they elevate your stand beyond the need for combat. Gold Experience Requiem can, in short, negate any action taken against it and return it to a state of 0, shifting reality back to square one.
Let's say
Yep.
I woke up this morning, got myself a gun, and fired it at Giorno. With Gold Experience Requiem, no matter how accurate I am, the shot will always miss because I never fired my gun.
That is returned to 0, and also a horrific example of gun safety. This applies to any attack made against Requiem, including from Diavolo's stand King Crimson, which can infamously skip time, erasing the universe for 10 seconds. And Requiem negated that.
It
So much-
did time being erased, while time was already erased, which meant there was no time to unerase the erased time, and
I just realized that's probably a reference to Ben versus Hal. You know, how they manipulated time and all. Especially Alien X. But, yep. Stopped working because he realized of that episode.
That's right, Boomstick. Requiem's ability acts independently of time itself. Sound crazy? Well, Requiem can counter the stand made in heaven, which can accelerate time across the whole universe into infinity. So that kind of range of Requiem's ability is actually consistent.
it also reduces your willpower to 0, so you can't even fight back.
Even your death can be returned to 0. After pummeling Diavolo into pulp, Requiem prevented him from dying, forcing him to relive the experience of being killed over and over in a series of never-ending alternate universes for eternity.
Just when you thought you were out, Requiem pulls you back in. The second you hear that piano start playing, run.
Yep.
And so Giorno took control of.
How you know you're gonna lose? Listen to the theme song. But yeah, like I said, almost done. Analysis is good.
Passione and turned it into the peacekeeping social organization he always dreamed about.
With its streets free of drugs, Italy's youth could rest easy. Their hopes and dreams could be carried into the future on a golden wind. Vento Areo!
Alright. I'm just gonna mute the ad, but like I said, I already know the episode and all, but originally I was giving my thoughts and all on the winner. The winner basically being, I predicted Joker, obviously, because while Giorno, I would not have been surprised if Giorno, pronouncing his name wrong, but if he had won through his taxes, I just think that the powers of Persona and has abilities like his willpower and all has counters to it. But let's just see the episode itself.
Star set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
And animation was fire.
Are set! Giorno Giovanna, your heart is twisted. It is ours to take.
Voice actors also did an awesome job, as well as the animators.
Loki, don't touch me. My dreams aren't yours to take.
Persona! He'll never see it coming. Checkmate.
Yep. The tag team. Shout out to the animator who made that scene. That looks very good.
Impossible. A second stand. You never took the time to understand my gold experience. All objects given life by gold experience desire to return home.
That close-up was so good. They got improvement on the hand-drawn parts.
Creates life. I've got to nullify that.
Jack Frost, Ice Age!
Oh, he got the arrow. I didn't see that part in the animation. Oh, so good.
Jack Frost, Ice Age!
This Shoko Phantasma is justice. This is Requiem.
Oh, it's so good. Let's battle as well. In this scene, God.
Maybe you didn't hear me before.
Checkmate. What a good finale. Like I said, a lot of love did to the animation and all. Like, you can tell that fans made this, especially with the small details, like the pop-ups effects, like what we see right now of when you win in Persona. It just so good. And like I said, probably the best shots and all involve Giorno, like the JoJo stuff.
Giorno never had the makings of a varsity death battle winner.
This was an
Yep.
absolutely fascinating matchup and far from an easy call.
Joker versus base gold experience wasn't close though.
Sure, Giorno's powers threw Joker for a loop, but Joker and his personas were millions of times faster and could take on universe busters.
And there was no doubt Joker could see Giorno's stand, considering he could spot similar beings like shadows.
Add in the versatility.
Yeah, that I figured that was a big one. Experience, and just like Joker's like far superior power of what he has to fought in the games. It was just enough.
Of Joker's hundreds of personas, and Giorno could get quickly overwhelmed.
But that's where Requiem came in, and the game changed.
Yep.
With its ability to nullify any action taken against it, even ones that can affect entire universes, Joker's regular arsenal was rendered moot.
Remember, Requiem could act independently of time, so Joker wouldn't be able to avoid Requiem's ability. He'd have to beat it outright.
Take when the Phantom Thieves faced Maruki. The group couldn't resist the reality warping effects of his powers. He even had an ability that nullified actions against him, similar to Gold Experience Requiem.
But Joker still had an ace up his sleeve. While Requiem can reduce your willpower to 0, Joker's social links were able to recharge him.
And finally, we have Joker's almighty attacks, which could bypass reality warping defenses like the Omnipotent Orb. The perfect counter for Requiem.
And this is actually backed up in JoJo. While Requiem only has one appearance in the manga, it
Here's the part.
did show up in the game Eyes of Heaven.
There, it faced off against the World Over Heaven, which can overwrite reality to overpower any.
This is what I seen the gameplay and all, and it looks good. Sadly, I think it only came out in Japan, but man, this was the scene I thought of that decided Joker as the winner, because when he fought Dio and his Eye of Heaven, which for those who not seen spoilers, in an alternate timeline, Dio becomes a god who killed the JoJos and basically wants to become like ruler of everything, and he fought like Jotaro and Giorno and Josuke, I think, at the same time. All of them lost.
Any attack, including Requiem's return to
Yeah.
0. That meant an almighty attack that can bypass reality warping would have the same effect, giving Joker the option he needed to land a killing blow against Requiem's perfect defense.
Dio is such a dick, he literally ruined his own son's death battle.
Jordan
Yep.
was brilliant, but Joker had the versatility, experience, and almighty power for the final blow.
Giorno missed his golden opportunity and had a shell of a time. Hey, Wiz, hear what I said? I said Giorno missed his golden opportunity and he had a shell of a time.
The winner is Joker.
Yep.
Next time on
And the
Death
next time,
Battle.
I'm excited. What we've been hinting at.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death.
So, yeah, overall, great episode. I would say probably Bardock vs. Omni-Man was better, but this was definitely worth it, as the animation was good. The only thing I wish was better was the intro. I think could have done better with how they were connected and all, and the like why it was a good matchup. But like I said, besides that, fast pace, got to the points. The pacing was great, and like I said, the motion graphics and animation were amazing. And next time, I am excited. Team Dr. Eggman all the way. Huge Sonic fan, but it's going to be a tough one. I would not mind if Bowser wins, but I'll go with Eggman. But that's basically it for the episode. So overall, great episode. Cannot wait. So, and that'll be it for this one. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. I'm accepting criticism and all. Hope to improve. Like I said, got Microsoft Edge this time. That way no buffs. And just go from there. Next thing, probably definitely mic. That way I get better audio. But thanks again. See you next time.